Tomorrow, folks, I have some. Tomorrow, I have some great sound bites for you. I'm not going to have time to get to them today. Cornel West is upset that Obama used MLK Bible doing swearing in there at the ceremony the other day and an inauguration. Alicia Keys saying on fire, Obama on fire at inauguration. I've never seen this. I have not seen anything like this in my whole life. So we'll get to all that tomorrow. But for now, it is Manhood Hour. Bad enough, big and bad enough. Are you gonna let them shoot you down? Where are the men? And your brother cries. Are you gonna be around? I have with me John Arnone. He's a sixth grade teacher at Trexler Middle School and founder of Camp Compass Academy in Allentown, Pennsylvania. His book is From the Hood to the Woods. John is in his 24th year with the Allentown School District and was recently featured in the NRA's America's First Freedom magazine. And bring in John. John, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
All is well. I know you're working this morning, so we had to bring you in at the bottom of the hour. Thank you for being with us.
I appreciate it. And, it's a pretty humbling thing when you're preceded by that kind of music calling you a man.
That's right. We need more men in America today, John.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And we are doing our darndest to try to make that happen.
That's right. John, tell us about your organization, Campus. Let's see here. Campus Compass Academy. Yes.
Camp Compass Academy was my vision. That started actually out of the back of my truck in '94. It's grown into a full-fledged nonprofit. Actually, it's a pretty big system right now. And what we decided, I kind of had to look back on my life, the dips and dives and what went well and what didn't go so well. And I just figured in school, the books just weren't enough for me.
Yes.
And I had to do something more, and I looked at what affected my life, and it happened to be the outdoors, which was, shooting and hunting and fishing. And I figured if it helped me, an inner city kid with no dad,
yeah.
but surrounded by love, then chances are, if it was modeled the right way, it could, in turn, help some other children.
That's right. Congratulations, by the way, on this article in the NRA's America's magazine. They call you a hero for the next generation. You are, just so the folks can get a clear understanding, your nonprofit organization is a nonprofit now. At one point, you were doing this you was holding this program on a school campus. Is that right?
At one point, yeah. When we went in, we just figured, hey, the kids that we were serving, and I was teaching school. The kids that we were serving, were there. They were coming. So, what a better place than to try to continue the help, to afford some more enrichment for kids who were coming in that weren't getting it.
Yes, and you're teaching kids how to shoot guns and go fishing. And they ran you. You had to leave that campus. Why did they tell you to leave?
Well, you know what? The reality there was, it's no secret. Hey, it wasn't quote unquote politically correct.
Yeah.
And I write about it in my book. Myself as a teacher, myself as a blessed man. I have this calling, and this is what the gift I've been giving, and it just, the political correctness of the firearms, as well as the hunting and taking of animals, where I was doing my work isn't perceived as a as quality activities.
Yeah.
So it was stated to me, very simply, hey, look, it can't continue here. And it was a tough decision for me because, on the wall of this one man's room who asked me to leave.
Hold that thought, John. I want the folks to hear this. Hold that thought. 888-775-3773. Quick break. Back in a moment. Rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. We're also uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. For the last 22 years, my nonprofit has been doing that. If we don't rebuild men, don't turn them back to God and let God guide them, goodbye, America. You can hang it up. John Arnone is with me. He is the founder of Camp Compass Academy in Allentown, Pennsylvania. His book is From the Hood to the Woods. And John is teaching inner city kids how to, use guns in the proper way and fishing. And he was at one school with this program. They ran him off. He had to go out and find another location, doing an excellent job. He has a waiting list of 300 kids waiting right now. He mentors 42 kids online. And it is amazing. John, you were telling us about why they ran you off from the school, and some guy had on his wall.
Yeah, there was actually, you could look out it was a very, very high-ranking official. You could look out the window, and you could actually see our jail across the street. And on his wall, he had a plaque that said, sometimes you have to go out on a limb to get the fruit. And I actually, before we left that meeting, I actually pointed at that. And then I pointed over to the jail, and I said, I wonder how many people in there people went out on a limb for. And with that, I left. And it was something, it wasn't but 2 days later I got a call. I mean, we prayed pretty hard on it, and because I just felt like it was my call and it's what I needed to do, and we prayed on it. And 2 days later I got a call from a buddy who said, hey, we found the place. I want you to go meet. And I said, well, where is it? Because my kids have to be able to get to it.
Right.
And lo and behold, it was about 100 yards away from the school I was at.
Great, man.
So when you talk divine intervention, we don't ever doubt it. So from there, we just never look back. I mean, it's a struggle every day to try to give kids some structure and guidance, some true love guidance. I mean, our program runs year-round, and we believe in a lot of touches, and our kids stay with us. We start them in 6th grade, and they're allowed to stay with us until they graduate, therefore the waiting list. And, the hunting thing, the shooting thing is the reward, for their good daily efforts.
Yes.
And that's the way we chose. I mean, there's enough basketball programs in the city. We don't need another one. What we need is for, the ability for our kids to reach outside of the box and begin to grow themselves so that they can become responsible adults.
I like the fact that your organization make the students earn their opportunities to go hunting and fishing, and they have to share their grades with the camp campus staff as well. Yeah,
we believe in accountability because at the end of the day, you're going to be, accountable for yourself. So if we don't start to groom that, then we get some people who aren't necessarily accountable for themselves. So, we believe very strongly, in regards to students taking hold of their lives and deciding to propel themselves forward. And with that, that time that we get to share on their reward trips is a good one-on-one time, two-on-one time,
Yes.
where you really get to connect and they get to learn your expectations, and then they want to meet them.
And John, I want you to explain to the people how you teach these kids to shoot guns in a classroom and to fish.
Okay, there's a procedure. We use a pretty intense procedure that we've developed out of the need, and I think one thing you'll find very, very interesting is, the first thing that our kids need to do when they come into our academy is they will look through a simulated rifle through a scope, and they will read a positive quote for the week. We call it our scope quote. And that's their positive message for the week. And so we're teaching them how to acquire a target, but we're also teaching them how to focus in on a persuasive quote. We also have a shooting simulator in our academy that allows students to practice safe gun handling prior to them ever getting out onto a range. And then when the weather breaks, that's when we will go out, and our kids will start with us in September, and we'll start our core shooting in April and shoot through April and May. And the kids are being trained from September on, from basically September until April, in the safe handling of gun, the responsibility of gun ownership, the safety of gun ownership, and then they go out and they earn the right to start. And then if you continue in our program, the following year, as you grow, you get more opportunities. And you have to be with us 2 2.5 years, actually, before you're able to hunt.
Amazing stuff, John. What an excellent idea.
Thank you. A lot of work, but you know what? What's so funny? The bottom line is I've been called to do this. I wish I would have been chosen for Parcheesi League, but the bottom line is, I've been blessed with this gift. It needs to be told.
Yeah.
There are kids out there that need help, so it's time to go.
And especially now that a lot of these kids are growing up without fathers in their homes. When I grew up, I saw my father, my grandfather, and other uncles and things using guns in the right way. And I naturally learned from observation. When I turned 15, I got my first rifle, and I just went out and went hunting on my own. I killed a squirrel right away. I've never shot a person. I never got so angry in my life that I felt like I wanted to shoot a person. And so what you're doing is what the fathers would naturally do, and that's what these kids need. Well,
and it's something I've been told I can't be everybody's daddy, but at this point in time, I need to try.
That's right.
So for us, our structure at our program, we take pretty seriously, because one, nobody gave us a shot to pull it off. And for me, it was based around what I needed as a young man, to get me through the hard times.
Yes, sir.
And, so what we do is we replicate it. And if gangs can recruit, and that's one thing that everybody says, why do you get so many kids? Well, we're on the good side of life. Why should we have this many kids wanting to be part of something good?
That's right. When I come back, I want you to tell the folks how to get to your website, get to your school,
yes,
get your books and things like that. Back
yes,
in a moment.
Sir.
Tomorrow, we're going to be reading your emails and Facebook comments, and the Bible Go To God will be here. There was a hearing today on Benghazi. Hillary Clinton testified. Rand Paul told Hillary, while the other guys are kissing up and being weak and pathetic with her, Rand Paul told Hillary, what did he say? I would have fired you over Benghazi. And Hillary went through the roof. 888. No calls. We don't have time for the calls today, right now. John hey John, I read in the article something kind of funny and I thought was nice, is that the kids are always questioning, not always, but they question if you're black, white, or Indian or Hispanic.
Yeah, and you know my answer to that is, right?
Yes.
It's I'm half white, half black. I look Puerto Rican and eat Chinese food, so just knock off any of those issues.
I love your answer. I love your response to that.
Yeah, and for that, as we move along, like I said, one of the biggest things I'd like to put out in front of people is our new Orange Ribbon campaign for youth called 2 Million Bullets. And that's the place where Camp Compass has now grown another arm, and that's 2millionbullets.org. The number 2, the word 2, it doesn't matter. But you can visit me at johnanoni.com. It's ANNONI, or Camp Compass. We have 3 different sites, and then just let you know how hard we're working for kids.
John, I have the utmost respect for you and what you're doing. And especially all kids, but especially inner city kids. They need this type of training and discipline, and I really respect what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that, and for me, hopefully after my work, there'll be less that'll need.
That's right. Well, God bless you, and thank you for coming on with us.
I appreciate you having me, and once again, if you can keep me in your blessings, it would be greatly appreciated.
I definitely will. It's done.
Okay, now.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
I know.
Bye.
I know. Bye-bye.
Oh, my Twitter handle is at JLP Talk, at JLP Talk. I don't know if you heard the top of this hour, but I really liked that conversation with Sandra, Christine, Andre. It was very, very interesting. The real talk, Christina. It was real talk. Thank you guys for that, too. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you for tuning in and calling in.